Good morning. Had I left internationals alone, would have been a nice, profitable session. But tempted in by the must-win status of Turkey and the need for them to get a match Wales's result in order to get top of their group. But a 3-1 loss could have actually laid over 4.5 goals at about 1.76 to cover that loss there. You'd have had a small bit on the draw as well. I did top up at 3-1. Wales and Iceland, perfectly performed by the Welsh. Got out at 2-1, even though they went on to make it 4-1 at one stage. So it could have been a 100% return there. Wimbledon and Accrington Stanley, very well read match this. If you've if you watched the video, I dissected this match very well indeed. And the market got Accrington completely wrong. One loss in 6, beating 9th and 11th away from home recently, playing 10th today. Neutral, just in case Wimbledon turned up. Accrington scored the first 2 goals. Wimbledon did reply to make it 1-2. So this was a bit of a chuckle brother session. It's to me, to you, to Betfair, to me, to you, to me. Just one of those. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do not like international football. Making our gains in the readable, very readable League Two match yesterday. On to today, and it's quieter than a full house at the Emirates. So you won't be hearing from me today, but Huesca and Eldense. This is an opportunity to try out your football research using soccerstats.com. This is the part of the season now, from November to April, where this website will come into its own. We'll have 10, 11, maybe more matches under our belts. Patterns like Accrington's recent winning pattern or unbeaten pattern coming to our knowledge, and we can take use of that. But it looks already Huesca don't like travelling, do they? But let's have a look. Season-long stats. So we first look at the matches in chronological order. Opening match of the season to now, you can see it's been a poor run. October, November for Eldense. Really poor stuff. At home, though, still poor. Only the 2 wins coming against Tenerife, who I know are near the bottom, and Albacete. Competitive, scoring 2 goals and not winning at home, that will be galling, that's for sure. A couple of 2-3 defeats at home and a 1-2. So if they are to lose, it seems to be a 1-goal-in-it loss at home. So bear that in mind. Huesca look to be set up to be tough to beat, you'd have to argue. Malaga, we know, a very, very defensive side. Very lucky Huesca not to come out of that with a result. 1-0 against Burgos as well. Set up to be very hard to beat. Took an own goal for Sporting Gijón to win. That's the second own goal that's cost a win for Huesca away from home. They're going to be very careful defensively with that. So if they are to lose today, it seems to be a 1-goal-in-it. If they can score, they can be competitive, as you can see there. But away from home, 4 defeats and a draw in the last 5 away. It's poor stuff. But don't forget, 3 of those defeats were only 1-0, which suggests we can take on an Eldense lead. Looking at the current streaks and sequences, you can see Eldense have scored in the last 7 at home. Do pay attention. Home form for the home side, away form for the away side. No win in 5 away, tells you the picture there. Scored in the last 7, scored 2+ goals in the last 3 at home. Perspective, though, will be added via the challenge table. So we can see 18th against 13th. We've got a big gap in form early season. 11th to 19th, not played that yet. Failed to score against 20th and 21st. But did keep all matches against strugglers to at least 1-0. So again, suggesting that we could possibly take on an Eldense lead, although they did score 2 goals against 14th, 20th and 12th, playing 13th today. So interesting match. Might have 2 goals in them, Eldense, but will they score 2 consecutive goals? That's the question. Real struggles for Huesca to score that second goal away, but as you know, keeping it very, very tight. 1, 2, 3, 4 1-0s and a 0-0 against fifth and lower. So not an overs match. Not a match I would look at overs. 57% for the home side, 29% for the away side. That backs that up. You might want to back 0-0 pre-match based on Huesca's 0-0, 1-0 against sixth and lower. Moving on down, have a look at the goal times table. Any patterns early season? Well, vulnerable at the back end of the first half, Eldenza, to conceding a goal, but very strong 16th to 30th minute as far as scoring is concerned. So watch out for that potential there today. As far as Huesca is concerned, they do their best action 76th to 90th minute away from home. So if they do need a goal, or if it's only 1-0 to Eldenza late on, you might want to remember that little element there. Any 0-0s at half-time? Well, 2 0-0s at half-time, none at full-time. 2 0-0s half-time, 1 at full-time. Suggesting possibility of taking on that 0-0 second half, but you risk a frustrating goal-shy match. So I don't fancy this one much at all. This lot are scoring 2 goals at home, so cannot be discounted even if 1-0 up. But this lot are not conceding that second goal. They're keeping 1-0 defeats, suggesting we might possibly take this lot on. What are the odds? 2.3 the favourite. So Eldenza actually favourite, maybe on that 2-goal haul that they keep getting. That is about that, I think. It's a day to have off. I'll be preparing the research for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Premier League Cup, watch out for over 2.5 goals. Let's have a look at the Professional Development League yesterday. 2.5 goals, anybody? 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. Fantastic league for goals. The only real way to create value is just to wait 15 minutes. Try to back overs after 15 minutes, which you'd have successfully done there. So if you can find that pattern, because over 2.5 goals will be factored in, I would suggest to the odds. If they got 2.5 goal odds, they still remain here, so that's good. Over 0.5, over 2.5 goals, about 1.2. So factored in. That's why you have to delay. If you delay as long as possible before entering in the first half, you can come out with a guaranteed profit. Just 1 goal is scored. So 12th minute there, which would have been a pity. 1.29 pre-match, got very little wiggle room. So you've got to be creative. Again, 15 minutes, back over 2.5 goals. Bang. And you are out. So that's the only real way to create value in a 70% overs market, which the bookies know as well as we do as well. Let's just have another look at a random match and what the overs price was. Likely to be very skinny indeed. 2.5, 1.25, as you can see there. So you've got to delay, or you're back over 3.5 goals at evens or thereabouts, and hope for the avalanche that we got. Today, though, that's about it, really. English Professional Development League. Look, not English Premier League Cup. Watch out for potential for overs there at 7 o'clock and Eldenza. So 7 o'clock start if you want to trade. I won't be playing at all tonight, but we've got very interesting football coming up. Thursday's likely to be as quiet as Wednesday. It is the no man's land between the end of the internationals and the beginning of league football. But we do have the Swedish Superettan. These are the relegation playoffs. Tend to look at these as must-wins for the potential to lay that late draw in the Superettan. Don't forget, it'll be the end of the season soon in the Norwegian Elite Serien. We've got a very special technique for getting overs profits based on time pressure. Steaua Bucharest on Thursday in what is a barren day. Real Sociedad from the top flight. 1.03. You saw 1.06 the other day, 7-0 win. That's what we're expecting of this lot. Any scoreline, 3 of them. Pick 3 of them between 4-0 and 9-0. And you hopefully could land the spoils in what should be a win to 0. Well, have a great day. That's it from me. You won't be hearing from me today. Probably won't be hearing from me tomorrow. Friday, excellent stuff. Already newly promoted Dender, potentially gettable. Wayne Rooney, football geniuses, Plymouth. I bet he was in the old jungle. I'm a celebrity. Monaco, normally excellent. Paris Saint-Germain, normally excellent, but post-international football, they don't give us a break, do they? French Ligue 2 as well. Just pay attention to the standings initially. Give you an idea, I think Paris FC are top, or were when I last looked. Yeah, they still are. Lorient, newly relegated. Dunkirk, Metz, and Nancy are the form sides. Martigues, newly promoted. Red Star, newly promoted. Bang, struggling. So watch out for Martigues and Red Star's potential foul-ups. They don't look like they're enjoying French Ligue 2. Bayern Munich return against Augsburg. The Eredivisie is your perennial over 2.5 goals, and both teams to score league. We've got a whole raft of them coming in the other week for a very solid payout on an accumulator for both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Getafe and Valladolid, we'll have a look at the research for that one nearer the time. Levante, newly relegated, I believe, or are they? So it gets a bit busier. Certainly, Saturday we've got all the familiar names back. German Bundesliga, Premier League, Jupiler League, Championship, League 1, League 2, French League 1, Spanish La Liga, Dutch Eredivisie. Fantastic stuff. This is where we make our cash. Not an international match to be seen, but what we do see is a whole load of teams with about 11, 12 matches played. Very, very readable matches, a lot of them. It's going to be fascinating. Arsenal have to win. They're on an unprecedented, I think, 3-match winless run. Wait for Manchester City. They must win. 4-match winless, 4-match losing streak. This is a tough match to shake that one off. Post-international as well. Watch out for the particularly South American players potentially rested. Have a great day today. It's going to be a rest day for me today and tomorrow. But Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'll get back with you. Have a great day. And remember to be very careful with these internationals.